Peace, love, health, and wealth, vibe, tribe, like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm coming to you on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. Understand that when you come here, this is spa day for the soul, chicken noodle soup for the spirit, and manny and petty day for the ego. Understand that this is a hard hat area, and self development is the construction. So, with that being said, I want to wish y'all a very special happy holiday. And I want to welcome y'all to another episode of plantduties.com. Today we are going to be repotting the cactus. And the reason why is because I've been wanting to for a while, but then I don't know what happened, but some pieces broke off. I woke up this morning and some pieces was broken off. So upon further examining the plant, um, I want to go ahead and pull it out and redo it because I feel like it's overgrown that pot. I was gonna try to wait a while, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm gonna go ahead and do it now, and then just see what kind of growth we get throughout the winter time. As soon as we get some hearts in the chat, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing first, you wanna when you repotting anything or anything like that, you wanna make sure that the pots that you got is going to be able to provide what you need. It's a few things that you got to look for in a pot. Um, for me, I look for the material of the pot itself. I try to match that with what I need in particular. See if the plant that I'm working with is going to be sensitive or anything like that. Secondly, is going to be the size. Every repotting doesn't need a size because oftentimes when you get a pot from the store, when you get something from the store, it's going to be it's going to be multiple plants in one. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they fuse together, sometimes they don't. So what I'm seeing here, should I go over there? Yeah, I'm about to clear out the table and just go over there and do it and shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. What's up, Moon? Happy Valentine's Day, Moon. It's okay. No complaints. I'm on some plant daddy duties. Needing some help from him, mommy. So I think we have a triplets. All right, so uh how your day going so far, Miss Moon? It's probably going real good. You probably got a lot of Valentine's Day offers, huh? No. I hate. I need a new tripod. This little one, it works, but not how I want it to work. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, Phyllis J, you got to go for a minute. I don't want you still in the spotlight. All right, so we're going to be working here, here. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do my product placement for Scott's Topsoil. This episode is brought to you by Scott's Topsoil. All right, so we got down. So, second thing we looking for besides the material, and then third, second thing is the size. The third thing is seeing if whatever pot that you have is going to have proper drainage. Okay, proper drainage for the specific plant is going to be very important. I think where a lot of people Nightbot is not fake. I think where a lot of people go wrong with plants and gardens is they assume that all watering habits and everything applies for all plants, and that's not true. It's not true at all. All right. So shout out to Scott's Topsoil. We just using some basic soil. All right. So the first thing we want to do is get a nice grip on the plant and inspect the roots. Some people like to use a fork. Um, I don't necessarily believe that's. I don't really believe that's always necessary. But whenever you getting ready to replant your plant and you want to check and see if it's ready yet, one sure sign to see if it's ready yet, if you got roots coming up to the top and roots circling the plant till it's almost indistinguishable and roots coming out the bottom seeking more water. So we definitely got a nice little wrapping. Oh, look at this. Look, we got a little guy here on the side who was growing. So we're going to pluck him in some water later. And he already got a couple roots, so he might be ready to go in some dirt, right? We're going to put him to the side. All right. Look at that. What a pleasant surprise. He was just sitting there hiding. All right. So since the plants are indistinguishable, the roots, and I'm assuming there's like three plants here. Because if you notice, we got one stalk right here, a second stalk, and a third stalk. So I think they kind of just threw like three babies together and they did well. So what we're gonna do here is slightly go in circles, just fill out the roots. And I'm assuming because it's a cactus that the roots are going to be somewhat shallow, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, now it's my first time really handling a mature cactus, so I want to be very careful. I think I might go ahead and use the what you call them method of the fork, sticking the fork in there and just seeing if we can break it up because it's really, even though the roots is not covering up on the outside, it's really kind of hard to break this open. And without knowing how far they planted or anything like that, I don't want to disrupt any of the main roots or anything like that. So I'm gonna keep trying to work around at the bottom. And I might just stick a fork in there just to separate and aerate just to see where any weak spots is that where I can get in there and really see what's going on with the roots here. And the whole point really is I want to be able to break this plant into three. All right, so I'm kind of filling it and breaking it apart directly here at the bottom. It look like I'm gonna have more success going from like the middle and working my way up. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Yeah. So the roots look like they're external and shallow because all of this is not really, it's not really a lot of root in here. Now I'm starting to get to something solid. But so what I'm seeing is all of the roots, the main roots again, is going to be on the outside. So I want to be careful with how I do this. Now, some people will probably start running water on here to kind of separate. And because I'm here on my workspace, I don't want to do too much. Um, so I'm not going to do that, but I am going to continue to just see if I can just loosen up what I can. For some of those who are going to be replanting a Christmas tree cactus, I didn't know, I never heard of that before. So this is not a real cactus, you saying? It's fake. I don't know. It was pretty real. All right, so we about halfway up the root ball. And so I want to continue to work this around and see again where any natural loose spots at, because what happens is when the plant grows and the roots grow, the roots, of course, is sucking in water. So that means that they're going to make the dirt clumpy because the dirt holds the water. And so they really have a symbiotic relationship with the soil. Yeah, when I bought it, they didn't water it, so it lost all the blooms. And then so since I had it, I had a few buds that popped up, but they wound up, I don't know what happened. I don't really see, well, they looked about the same as they did before. All right. So I'm really feeling like it really is like three separate plants. And I really just want to go in there and just like rip this in half and just open it up. I think I might have found the weak spot. Let's see. Like I said, I don't want, in case if it is three plants in here, then that means that they've been fighting for for whatever, for nutrients, for space, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt anything or anybody in specific. But yeah, so normally what you would do is you would just take this and replant it, but I want to see if I can split this and get multiple, see if I can get multiple plants out of this. Like I said, I am using Scott's topsoil. It's probably not what's recommended for a cat. This is a tropical cactus for one. And then two, it was raised. I'm assuming that it's been raised and grafted indoors or whatever the process has been. So I'm going to assume that it'd hold the transition well, even though it's not the recommended soil. All right. Yeah, as I thought, the roots is very, very shallow. So I'm gonna see if I can go from the top and see what's going on with this baby here. See if it's one plant. I'm assuming that it's going to be multiple the way it looks, but then too with a cactus, you never know. I don't know if they started this baby from seed or if they just put two clippings in here. It's very tight root on this side. This side is not really that much. I'm almost all the way to the plant on this side. No. Uh, Actually, I might use a little bit of water to see what I can see. Oh, these roots. I almost want to stop, to be honest with you. I really, I really want to stop to see because I feel like this plant has been in here for a very long time. I think it is three separate ones. Let me get in here and see. No, this might be one plant. I might be wrong. This might be one plant. They might have started this from a seed. All right, what is this right here? Oh, I'm having some deja vu right now. I don't know if they grafted three of them and put it together or what, but I think this is one solid plant. I think, even if I'm not going to disrupt it. So now, what I'm going to do now that I see what I see, I'm actually going to just upgrade the plant for the pot. I thought I was going to be able to split this into three separate ones ready to go, but actually, we found one. Um, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the Scott's topsoil that I got, and I'm gonna mix it with some of the organic material that I had left over from last year. And I'm going to take some of the soil that came with the actual plant. I'm gonna mix it up, really nice. Take a big handful. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this one up all the way because just in case, like if the water come and settle it down or anything like that, we'll be good. All right. So boom. So because this is a cactus, but it's sensitive to water, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the cactus. You know what? I don't like that. Let me not do that. I'm going to plant it, but I'm not going to I'm not going to soak it. Let me see if this can go. Can this go? Yeah, this could go. Do I need more? Yeah, I'm probably not going to soak it, but what I will do is I will put some water here, just where it's going to meet, and then I'll put a little bit of water on top. Let me get some more of this dirt out of here. Nope. Put a little bit back. All right. Tap it a couple times so it can naturally settle. All right. Uh-oh, I think I just broke something. All right. So now we got a tall baby cat. You know what? I am going to go ahead and water it. It's looking kind of I don't like the way that's looking right now. But what I will do is put it in here. So I'm not going to use these colorful pots because I'm going to just leave it as one big plant. That way it could catch all the foliage that it needs before it goes back to repot. Now, what I do want to do is plant this little baby one. I am going to replant this little baby one, though. All right. And I missed it from the top down. Let the water drip on the baby. All right. Got a little bit of water on the top. Now I'm about to just let it drip, 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 drip. All right. So I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some little. You know what? I'm not gonna put this little guy in dirt yet. I'm gonna let him get used to being on the surface. So I'm gonna stick him in some water, and then in a couple days I'll be back for him to see how he doing. So all right, y'all. I just wanted to come and show y'all what we had going this morning. We just replanted baby cactus Jack. I thought maybe it was three separate plants in there, but really it's just four shoots. I believe. So all right, y'all. I will be back in a little while with some like a collective love reading or something like that. But until then, hit me up, guys. All right, peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it, and you shouldn't either. Peace.